Good morning, everybody. My name is Meow Meow Mel, and welcome to Coffee Thoughts, where I drink coffee and talk about whatever comes to my mind in the morning. Everyone have their coffee? Is everybody ready? Well, ready or not, because here we go. If it looks like I'm using the same mug as yesterday's or the day before, it's because I filmed back to back. Yeah. A fuck hot. Oh, long-awaited response that made me late to film this. Oh, I hope it's a good one. If you're here but don't know what I'm talking about here in a few minutes, you may want to go back to that video. I'll try and put the link down below for you just to watch it and catch up with the rest of the class. Now, this video is a continuation from the last video, and it's also the reason why I'm late. I'm late because Scot Peterson has responded. Like I said in the last video, he did release a response. His statement was delivered through his attorney. Again, suspicion bells are ringing in my head, because if he's innocent, why you got a lawyer? His attorney is Joseph DeRusso. Hope I pronounced that right. It's been forever since I took Italian. Now, DeRusso said that Peterson acted properly by not entering the building because Peterson thought that the shots were coming from outside, and Peterson had followed protocol by seeking shelter and assess the situation. That's what I live for. If you think shots are coming from outside, why not do a perimeter check around the building? You know, find where the shooter's at? If he's outside? Oh, I'm sorry. It's another one of those bad words that people hate to hear. Logic? Oh God, why is that so hot? You know, you do a perimeter check, because how can you assess the situation by staying in one area? You really can't see what's going on. And probably about that time you would realize the shots sound too muffled to be outside. I think he's full of shit. Now, DeRusso made a statement which read, "Let there be no mistake. Mr. Peterson wishes that he could have prevented the untimely passing of 17 victims on that day, and his heart goes out to the families of the victims in their time of need." I had a hard time with my response by not shouting my script at my paper. Oh, Jesus fuck. Peterson, you had one job and one job only: to protect the kids and to protect the staff. One fucking job. Their time of need was before the shooting. What the fuck were you doing? Getting my mom voice put on. Bear with me. DeRusso's statement also says, however, the allegations that Mr. Peterson was a coward and that his performance under the circumstances failed to meet the standards of police officers are patently untrue. What he's talking about is Israel's statement that he was a coward for not going into the building to approach the shooter. Now, I can see how, I'm gonna be flip-floppy here, I can see how it's hard to approach the shooter if you think they're outside, but you should have realized very quickly that the shots were muffled, like I've said before, and that they were coming from what sounds like inside a building. You know, the one that you're in front of, where you're taking a position and assessing the situation. How can you assess the situation from outside when the shooting's happening on the inside? Even I know the difference of a gun being shot inside from the outside. If I'm outside, I can tell if it's coming from inside a building and outside a building. They don't sound the same. They don't. They don't sound the fucking same. Mr. Peterson, just admit you fucked up. Get your other two, I don't want to use the word coward, because that's too strong. Get your other two buddies and just say, y'all fucked up. You gave them bad information by saying the shots are coming from outside. And also, as a school resource officer, he would have a radio for the school. The school would have a radio system between its staff and security, right? Why wasn't anyone in the staff room, you know, where the security cameras are, telling him that the shooter was actually on the inside? Just saying. I don't know how far I want to get into this. I can go insane. He had one job only, and if he would have went inside that, I'm working on it. if he would have just went into that building, probably, I'm not saying for sure, less people would have been killed. I'm not saying that's a certainty, but if what Israel had said in the last story, go in, address the killer, kill the killer, less people probably would have lost their lives. I don't know how you go into any type of law enforcement, been there for 3 decades, and prior to that, been a security guard, prior to that, been in the military. I don't know how you would have the gall not to figure out the shots were coming from inside a fucking building and then not go in. You had one job, Peterson. Only one fucking job. And you failed. Heaven forbid if there were multiple people at this. Heaven forbid that there were 3 shooters at that school. I've always thought that when you go into any law enforcement, you're ready to put your life down for your community and for your state, or for your community, for your city, for your state. It baffles me. I don't know. I'm just ready for this story to be done. I mean, I am so angry that I'm laughing, and that's generally a bad thing. I'm not the only one in my family with that issue where I get so angry I start laughing. I don't know. At this point, I feel Peterson is no longer worth my breath. And probably, if anything unfolds in the investigation that's going on with the Broward Sheriff's Office, that'll probably be the last time I ever speak that man's name again. But nothing yet has come about it, so we will just have to wait and see. But for now, I'm done with him. He is no longer worth my breath, because I am just so angry that this happened. And he could have prevented 17 people from dying. Not everyone, but he could have lessened the blow. Just my opinion, though. Now, I may be done with that story, but this has been hectic doing this story. Oh my goodness. Took a lot of research for this story because I heard about it from my stepdad, and all he said was, yeah, did you hear about cops just standing on the sideline? Because I told him I was working on the last story. It's like, what? What do you mean officers were just standing on the sideline? Yeah, what? And that was when I started doing research after I posted the video about the shooting. And it was like, did he say anything? And he hadn't said anything when I first started that research. And I was just doing all this research. Then I started not feeling well because I probably already complained about it. Ever-changing weather where I'm at. I live in Texas. I cannot keep up with it. It is ridiculous. I was messing with my headache. Then I looked up to see if he or any of them made a response to the allegations being made towards them. Remember, these are all allegations. Investigation is underway right now. And he did make a statement through his attorney. And so I had to finish first research, then I had to research his statement, which made posting late. It made it so late. I feel so horrible. And I said in the last video before it's been a week, that posting is going to be hectic because I'm one person team. I do all the research. I do all the editing after I film. I'm trying to find my footing. I just find it funny that this story and the one from yesterday or the day before was the one who challenged me on posting is going to be funky. I just find that funny. And it looks like I am all out of coffee, which means that is the end of today's show. If you liked whatever I blurted out or just liked watching me rant, hit that like button down below. And why not subscribe? I won't hurt you. Coffee for your thoughts. Leave a comment down below and share with your friends. Share with your family. Just give them this warning that I most likely failed on today. I do cuss a lot. It's not my fault. And do follow me on Twitter at meowmeowmel1. I will put that link down below. And I will see you all in the next video. Hopefully it won't be a one long week hiatus anymore. Cheers.